Hello and welcome back to the ISP F1 Visa Navigator, your go-to resource for mastering the US student visa process with confidence and clarity. My name is Houston Kadhorima. Now, picture this. You are standing at the visa window, heart racing, and within the first 10 seconds, the officer already spotted something in your file that could sink your application. Scary, right? Those are what we call red flags and can trip you up very fast. But here's the truth, they don't have to. That's why today we are unpacking the most common hurdles in your F1 visa interview, what they are, why they matter, and exactly how you can turn them into opportunities to shine. Whether it's a past refusal or a family member in the US, we've got you covered. Now let's dive into this together. Now, before we get into the specifics, let's step into the visa officer's shoes for a moment. These folks aren't out to get you. They are just doing their job. And their job, it is to protect the US immigration system by sniffing out the worst case scenarios. They are trained to spot what I like to call hurdles, those red flags that might make them hesitate to approve your visa. Now, on one side, you've got your highlights, your stellar academics, a scholarship you worked hard for, maybe solid financial backing from your family. Those are the things pushing you toward that approved stamp. But then, there are these hurdles, these little warning signs that at first glance make them think, should I really give this person a visa? The trick is knowing what these red flags are ahead of time and having a plan to counter them when they come up, because trust you me, they will come up. Now let's start with the biggest, most common red flag, a previous visa refusal. If you got denied before, that's the very first thing the visa officer sees when they scan your passport, especially if you are applying at the same embassy. Imagine this, you applied in Nairobi last year, got refused, and now you are back. They scan your passport and boom, up pops that refusal from their colleague. Even if you switch locations from Nairobi to Kampala, it shows up in their system within 4 or 5 seconds. Their immediate reaction, okay, somebody already said no. Now, why should I say yes? That's the starting point, and it is a negative one. So you've got to be ready to flip that script very fast. Here is where a lot of applicants stumble. The officer might ask, what has changed since your last refusal? Now, that question, it is a trap. It's not just curiosity, it is their shortcut to ending the interview. Their managers tell them, if nothing has changed since the last refusal, just deny it. It makes their job easy. So if you say, well, nothing has changed, or something weak like, last time my dad was my sponsor and now it's my mom, they will think, that's not a material change. Done. You've just handed them permission to refuse you again. Instead, don't wait for that question. Take control from the start. Lead your strongest point, something they can't ignore. For example, I'm heading to the University of Kentucky to study environmental science. I applied before and was refused. I'm honestly not sure why, because since then, I've earned a half scholarship based on my undergrad performance, and my parents, who have built a successful business back home, are covering the rest. See what you did there? You acknowledged the refusal, but you shifted the focus to your highlights, your academic merit and financial stability. That forces them to rethink their initial negative impression. They must still ask follow-up questions, but now they are digging into your strengths, not your past. Next up is having family members in the US. This is a tricky one. On your DS-160 form, that's the online application form you fill, there is a section asking you if you have relatives in the US. You list them, maybe a brother, a sister, an uncle. The visa officer sees that and instantly starts wondering, what's the deal here? Are they in the US legally? Did they overstay? Are they a sign this applicant won't come back? That's their mindset. They are always looking for the most negative possible scenario. Say you mention, yeah, my brother is in the US. Their first thought might be, did he go on a tourist visa and stay illegally? Or maybe, did he start on an F1 visa, then got married and snagged a green card? If it is totally legal, They might see it as a hint of immigrant intent unless you give them the full story. So how do you handle this? Context is your best friend. If it is a positive story, lean into it. My brother went to the University of Delaware, graduated with honors, and now he's an engineer at Intel on an H-1B visa. That's a prestigious path. It shows a family pattern of doing things the right way. But what if it's messier? Maybe your sister went on a tourist visa, applied for asylum, got denied, and ended up marrying a US visa citizen to stay. That's a red flag to them. It looks chaotic even if it is legal. In that case, you've got to draw a line. Yes, my sister is in the US, but my situation is completely different. I've been accepted for a master's in computer science. I've got a graduate assistantship lined up, and my plan is to return home to work in my family's tech business. Acknowledge the hurdle, then pivot to your own clear temporary intent. That's how you keep their focus on you, not your family choices. Finally, let's talk about something that can really throw a wrench in your F1 visa interview. Signs of immigrant intent, like applying for the diversity visa lottery or DV lottery. This comes up than you would think. If you have entered the DV lottery, got selected, and actually went for an interview to get that green card visa, that is in their system forever. And it is a problem. Why? Because showing up for a DV interview screams, I want to live in the US permanently. So if you turn around next year and say, no, I'm just here for school, I'll go back home after that, they are going to raise an eyebrow. They will think, wait a minute, I've got proof of immigrant intent right here in my records. Why should I believe you now? That's a tough hurdle to clear. Now, if you just entered the lottery but didn't get selected or interview, it's not a big deal. They don't usually care about that. But if you went through the process, you've got to explain yourself. You can try this. Say, yes, I applied for the DV lottery a few years back. It was a long shot and I was curious. But since then, my path has changed. I've earned a graduate assistantship to study biology at University of Kentucky, and my goal is to bring that expertise back to my home country's research sector. You are not denying it, you are showing it's irrelevant now. Now, let's zoom out a bit and talk about something that ties all these red flags together. Clarity and honesty. This is very huge. You might think, well, maybe I'll just gloss over that past refusal or not mention my cousin in the US. Bad idea. Visa officers are sharp. They will spot inconsistencies faster than you can blink, especially when you've got your file in front of them. If you applied in Harare last year and got refused, then show up at the embassy acting like it never happened, they will see it in their system and wonder, why is this person hiding it? That's a red flag all by itself. So being clear and upfront about your situation isn't just smart, it is your strength. And here is why. When you are honest and give them the full picture, you stand out. Officers deal with hundreds of applicants a day, many stumbling over half-truths. When you are clear and honest, you are not just another file. You are a person with a solid case. It's like handing them the tools to say yes. So don't dodge the tough stuff, own it, explain it, and tie it to your strength. That's how you flip the script. At the International Scholars Program, we've helped hundreds of brilliant graduate students just like you navigate these red flags and secure their visas regardless of their financial background. So what you need is a bachelor's degree with at least 2.8 GPA out of 4, and for Uganda, 3.8 out of 5. And you will be eligible to join us, and your high school performance doesn't matter. We will guide you through school applications, visa preparation, and funding options to make your US study dream a reality. Want to learn more? Go to our website www.internationalscholarsprogram.com and grab our free handbook. Follow us at International Scholars Program. Also, you can follow us on X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all platforms, and drop your visa questions in the comments. We might tackle them in our next episode. See you soon with more tips to ace your interview.